What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 14 of our Burr Youth Career Mode, and today we are going to finish out the calendar year, get to January, but we're also going to go ahead and take a look at some of these players on the scout report, hopefully find something worth bringing in, as some of these players look rather good. We'll see if we can get the scout in on here. Oh, that's Hover, but as you can see, there are some players on here who are pretty good, who look like they're going to be pretty decent. Look at him, 69 overall already, a £2 million release, or not £2 million value, 24. Our wage is high. That's the issue, but oh, he's also just joined, so I don't think we're gonna be able to get him. But that's a pretty good one right there. Colin Ballyhon, that's a striker. We'll hold off on him for a minute. We don't really need a striker at the moment. What about you? A left back, 67 overall, 1.1 million. What are you? Oh, central defensive midfield. 70 overall already. Let's try and find our center back first, and we'll see what happens otherwise. The Italians here. Ooh, look at you. He's got ability to grow in spaces as well. Look at you. £3 million release clause. Ooh, you're gonna be good. I do like taller center backs. Let's see. Stand tackle, slide tackle, 72, 68, 75 marking. See, he's got the ability to grow more. Let's shortlist him because he's probably where I would like to go. Though you can be good too. 68 overall right back. Alright, let's go take a look at this center back here. This will be our first proper signing if we get him in. Transfer hub. Though we may not be able to get him in at this moment in time, can we? We may have just joined. 3.7 and 5.4. Okay, he's been around a bit. We're gonna go ahead and try and bring this chap in. A proper center back as well, ready to roll into the first team. Add a bit of depth. We're just gonna start with a £2 million bid. Oh, come on! That's a bit harsh. We're like £1 million off. Between 2.8 and 3.6. Are you kidding? That was not how I wanted to go. We will try 2.6 on you. 2.8, why not? And they're happy to take it. See, we may have overpaid there. That's so annoying how that's gone down. That's so unrealistic because they were going to take between 3 and 5. We offered 2 and they're ready to just throw that out the door. Important, good. 5 years would be great. 2 years. Can we go with 3, perhaps? Alright, 3 is good. No release clause. Accept. And his wage 3.8 was, yep, good. Welcome, center back, a good center back, Lulich, and he will be joining come January. That is awesome. We don't have a ton left in the bank. Oh, we do have a lot left in the bank. Let's go get that midfielder then, the one we were looking at before. I mean, we'll look at the other players first. We just bought you in. We looked at you, looked at you, looked at you, looked at you. The striker. We may have to bring in another striker sooner rather than later because Bennett is a bit off, or he's just fading away a little bit from the first team. Now let's go look at that defensive midfielder who looked really good. Transfer hub. Did I not bring him in here? Or are you him? Player just currently joined. I think this is him actually. I don't think so. Hold up. Midfield. You look good. Ah, you are also pretty decent. Let's take a look at that player from the Dynamo. That may have been him. If not, we'll have to wait on midfield, which is okay. Just joined his club. Alright, so we'll hold off on midfielders for a little bit and see if they can bring any more into the scouting. But let's go ahead and jump on. We've got our first signing, I believe, of the whole career mode. We've made some free signings, possibly. A good 2-0 win there. I'm not so sure. I'd have to go back and look, but I think this is our first signing. It's definitely our first major signing where we've gone out and spent some good money. We've bought some players, some smaller. We may have bought the left back Silvestre from a different team, but this is our first really major signing, which is good. Alright, so let's go take a look at our scouting reports. As Carter has returned from injury, which is good, though Carter will be losing his spot, which is a bit of a shame for him, but you know, that sort of stuff unfortunately happens. We're just gonna risk him, I suppose. Just pop him in the team. FIFA's not as big a deal with that sort of stuff. Alright, so let's take a look. There should be a ton of players in here. You look good. 84 to 94, but he's 17 already. That 80 to 94 at 16 is good, obviously. 17 already, no, and no. A couple players in there. Remember, this is 2 months worth because last episode we kind of pounded through the last month of the season. You look rather good. You look good as well. Couple of players in there. You're 17. Alright, so not too much from Egypt, which is okay. Alright, so let's get some training on here. Alvarez moves up to 74 overall, as does Collins, and Bauer moves up to 76 overall. Is that what that says? My god, Bauer's getting good. I didn't think Bauer was going to get this good, but he is flying. We'll definitely take it. Barnsley to come. No, you cannot make a request. No requests. They've lost 3 straight, Barnsley. Preston's on there again. At 2-2. It's alright. Not too bad. Avoiding relegation was always the thing. And we are collecting points at a better rate than I would have imagined. And we finally got Preston coming as well. Morris is getting so good. As is Bauer. Bauer is snuck up on me with how good he's been getting. He really did. Player injured. Hopefully nothing major. 2 months for Sean Kelly. Ugh. Do we expect anything less? But I suppose we have Carter that can fill in this time round, which is good. Morris has gotten good. He hasn't been training or playing a ton, but he's slowly growing, which is good. Silvestre has moved up in overall as well. Some of the players who are just playing and not exactly training to move forward are still coming along rather well. And Preston are a good run of form, of course. So we're ready for that. And we lose 2-1. Okay. Not a great result. Not a great result. I'm excited for the new center back. I really am. Though he's not going to be a huge upgrade on Perez. He should be being able to grow a lot more, which would be awesome. game here against Bristol, who have gotten 2 from their last 3 games and a 2-0 win for us. That's good. Bennett comes off the bench, grabs a goal. That should be good for him. And here we are in 14th. We'll check where we are compared to the relegation candidates, but we are probably not thinking about relegation. We're thinking about mid-table at this point, which is good, which is very good for this first year. Of course, we didn't want to struggle, but we thought about the struggle. Aston Villa have 10 points from 14 games, and we have 19 points from 14, so we're 9 points ahead of relegation already. We can definitely be thinking about mid-table for the moment, though we do want to keep getting points on the board, and we don't want to be drawn back into that spot where we're looking up backward over our shoulder instead of forward to the teams in front of us. You know, 1-1 here, not too bad. Carter with another goal. He's played pretty well this year. Every time Carter comes in, he seems to score a goal. Him and Kelly are pretty interchangeable at the moment. We may move to get another winger at some point. We'll see what actually ends up happening, because we can keep upgrading now that we got money and we've fixed our scouting. We've really got something that we can do here. Alvarez has bruised his tailbone, out 6 days, thank God. Let's take a look at our 92 to 94 at center back. Hello, Hugh. Whoa, my God. We're gonna have to take a look at you. We're just gonna have to bring you in, Hugh. Where were you? Some of these players are going to get really good. I'm just going to drop this goalkeeper. We don't need him around. And Hugh. Promote to the senior team. And let's get Hugh on some training. Dang, that is really good. We're going to have 3-4 good center backs with Perez. Once Hugh gets up to a decent spot, we may let Hugh go out on loan as well, but we'll see. I think it's better in FIFA to just train them up. That seems to work better for me. Alright, another scout update. Nothing, not too much from Mexico so far. Nothing. Why do they all have blonde hair? There we go. Everyone in the last one had the same exact hair. Alright, so let's... Well, just for this match, that's okay. Carter and Perez and Alvarez wasn't ready, but that's okay. A 2-1 loss here to Reading. Bit of a shame, but that's okay. That's no big deal. It definitely isn't a big deal. Let's see if we can get anyone going. Alvarez is sort of ready, but not ready. He's growing nicely. Lang's almost a 73 overall. Lang's supposed to get quite good as well. You're welcome. What were we going to do? Oh, in our training. Alright, in our training we got to get Hugh in there. We'll get him in there after the Villa game. Now, if we lose this game, we'll go down and look over our shoulder for a second. Away from home, Villa. Bennett wants to play. Who's still unavailable? Alvarez is back in there. Morales. I don't know who's unavailable. Everyone looks available there, I suppose. A 3-1 loss. Alright, so we can look over our shoulder for a second here, and we'll see what happens. We're in 15th after 17 games, 20 points, and Villa have climbed out of that gap. We're 6 points out of relegation now. Now it's kind of seeing issues. This is why we have to keep collecting points, obviously. Bauer, Morales, Alvarez, Collins, and Lang is the hurt one. Kelly's also hurt. So we can get Hugh on here. Where'd he go? Am I crazy? Oh, yeah, there he is. Hugh Ward. Alright, let's go, Hugh. You're going to be training instead of Lang. And hopefully he gets good. 92 to 94, of course. 6 weeks for Lang. Oh, God. What are we doing at wing? We can bring Bennett out there, and then we can fix that problem at the same time. And Azevedo would like more game time, and we can fix that problem a little bit. Should he come off the bench and grab a couple of games. So not bad. That hasn't worked out awfully. Obviously, we don't want any of our players going down, but we can fix a couple of issues in there while we have it. And here we go. Getting toward the end of November. Not home to Nottingham Forest. We've got to play a little bit better. A 2-1 victory. 2 goals from Linz. That's good. And get us back on track a little bit. Grab another 3 points for us. And up to 13th we go. Alvarez moves up again, up to 75 overall. He's coming along very nicely indeed. We may move out when Lang comes back. Alvarez may be the one to make way in the training, because I really want Hugh to really get moving forward. If he's going to be 92 to 94 overall, definitely moving forward. Away to Cardiff. Tough game. They've lost to Preston. They've gotten 4 points in their last 3. A 2-1 victory for them. We took an early lead, but they hit us back twice. Bit of a shame. Still in 14th place, though. It's going to be one of those years, I feel, where we're going to be just stuck in mid-table. And it's not stuck in mid-table, we just came up, so that's a good thing to be. And Ward goes up to 60 overall already. 2 training sessions, and up he goes. Millwall up in 12th. They're getting better. And here come Derby as we enter December. Anyone training injury? Liam Bennett bruised. Oh, bruised leg. I thought that said broken leg. I was about to lose my mind. 85. We're gonna start getting rid of players around this 85 mark soon enough, I feel. We'll keep everybody else in here, though. I don't think you're gonna be that great. We'll see what happens. If we have to move anybody on, we'll move him on. But here come Derby. First game of December, normally packed. Player returns from injury. And we got our youth scouts. Let's take a look at these. I signed him on accident. Okay. Awkward. Let's get rid of you. You. Nothing great on this scout report. We'll see who returns from injury too. It's almost like we'll sign you. We'll definitely sign you. Now we can take me to the youth squad so I can get rid of the player I accidentally signed. There he is. We'll also get rid of, well, I don't need to get rid of you just yet. You're 17 and we will sign. So who's returned from injury? Kelly is returned from injury, and he'll be back for the next one. And poor Bennett. Couldn't play, could he? As Wright comes in on the wing. Derby with 1 point and no goals scored in their last 3. They have fallen off a bit, and we beat them 1-0. No goals scored in 4. 3 losses. Not good for Derby. Not good at all. Alright, let's do the training here. And we'll get Kelly back into the side, as Collins is right on the edge of 75. We may take Collins out to do Hugh, now that I think about it. Mainly because Collins, I feel like we're going to end up moving on from him. I don't know. It's just aggravating how many games he misses, and if he's gets an injury or something, we'll see if we move on from it. But for now, we'll just go and see what happens. We got our QPR coming, a team we beat earlier in the year in the Cup, as we are flying through today. And we are going soon, very soon, to get our center back, who should be able to grow. Away to QPR. They've lost 3 straight, giving up a lot of goals, 9 in 3 games. And we beat them 2-0. Some of these teams are on some horrific runs. But we are in a good nick and up into 12th place. Our manager rating of 86, I haven't even had to worry about it this year, which is awesome because there were some weird objectives that we've been dealing with over the years. Over the last couple of years at least. And now we've got some normal objectives. The money ones where they want like 17 million pounds after the first year, that kind of thing. Those were weird to me. But we pushed through, and here we are. On a good nick in the championship. And going in a good direction. Alright, so let's get Middlesbrough. Look at that formation. 5-3-2. 2-2. Not awful. Came back from behind there. 2-1. And then brought it to 2-2. We'll take it. Any points is good points at this stage, I feel. We'll take a look at the table at the end of the episode as Morales is almost 79 overall. God, he's going to be our first 80 overall player. And he scores a lot of goals from midfield, and his finishing is obviously really good, and that's what does it. We've got 2 or 3 games still left here. We've got a game against Wigan here, who are just above us in the league, I think I saw there, though they've dropped 2 of their last 3. And we grab a win. That's a big old win. Very nice. Gotta beat these teams around us. And then we do pass them up, Wigan. We are 90 now. Lang has returned. Onto the bench. Bennett. We don't need the goalkeeper on the bench, do we? We are in some good form. Playing well. And we'll check. I'm going to keep on going until the end of the month. Obviously, the episode will end there, but we're not going to take a look at where we are in the table. Obviously, we're mid-table, but we'll see where we are compared to possibly, I don't want to say it, promotion. I don't want to say it. No, just don't say it. I won't say it again. I won't say it again. A 3-0 victory over Birmingham, though. How weird would it be to go straight up again? Look at that. We're 6 back of Swansea. We'd have to have a really good run of form, obviously, to the end of the year, but that's... Who's not on here? See, Bauer is gone. Who else was on here? Like, that's so annoying. Like, why is... Why? We'll up this with you. We'll change it up a little bit on there. And then we had Linz or Collins. That's what we had. We'll try some finishing with Will Collins, see if we can get him some more goals. Ward up to 62, Morris up to 79. His vision is really going up there. He is so good. So good. And forward we go to Burnley. They're in a decent run of form, I guess. 4 from their last 2, though they did lose to Ipswich before, and a 1-1 isn't awful. It definitely is not awful. And we are getting to the end of the episode here. We are actually going to play this game so we can check a look at the table here. It's the 1st of January. And our player comes in, so he may get his debut as well. Our first proper signing. Let's get him in. There he is, Lulic up to 71. He grew a little bit while we were gone. Lulic into the side. 71 overall. And we may move Collins out of the training to see what happens. Okay. We do have some decent money, and we may check on, next episode, we may check on some of those midfielders as well. But let's get through this game first. The FA Cup, away to Peterborough. Not worried about this tournament either. And a 1-1, and we're going to have a replay. Which is a bit of a shame. I dislike replays, obviously, but I think they're scrapping that soon enough, if I remember properly. It's not too bad. Alright, so here we are. 5 points back. Let's do some training. Of course, he's gone. Again. For the love of God. speed shooting, and then we'll get the other center back in here. We're gonna have 3 center backs training, which is a bit unorthodox, but they're still so good. And if we can get them really good, why not set the position for 3 or 4 years with this if we can? Why not? Alright, so let's take a look at the standings here. We are sitting in 9th. Swansea are in 6th, 5 points ahead, and then 8 points to 5th. So it's a bit of a long shot, of course, but we'll have to keep up our form. And Rotherham are 13 points back, so at the moment we're looking up instead of back, which is obviously great, guys. But that is the end of this episode. I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, and peace.